Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to provide the most up-to-date information about USCIS case processing updates, the new requirements for the COVID vaccine as of October 1st. We'll talk about new issues with requests for evidence, as well as everything else that you need to know when it comes to your case with USCIS. So what are you waiting for? I'll see you on the other side. Hello everybody, and welcome back to our immigration channel. This is a place where you get the most up-to-date immigration news, immigration information, and everything else that you need to make your immigration journey less stressful. My name is Jacob Sapochnick, and I am an immigration attorney located in San Diego, California, and we help clients in all 50 states. And in this video, I'm going to give you a most recent update with what's happening with USCIS, specifically based on information that was obtained for the Ombudsman's office. This is an office that helps individuals with their cases. If you want to inquire in your case, if you want to expedite your case, the Ombudsman's office is there to help you. And there's some data that they provided that I can share with you that will make it easier for you to understand what's happening with USCIS at the moment, some of the upcoming changes, and what you can do if you're worried about your case. So first of all, let's talk about the most recent update that came from USCIS. This is about the requirement of the COVID-19 vaccination for all applicants applying for permanent residency and refugee status as of October 1st, 2021. So the announcement from USCIS specifically states the following, that all applicants that are applying for permanent residency as of October 1st, 2021, or if you need to administer your medical exam on or after October 1st, 2021, you're going to be required to take the COVID vaccine as part of the vaccination requirement to become a permanent resident. Now, there are certain exceptions, and waivers are available for applicants who are too young to receive the vaccination, applicants that have a special reaction to the vaccination, that are not supposed to get the vaccination, they can get a waiver, and certain waivers based on religious or moral conviction. So, but it's important to know, if you are planning to get the vaccination, you should be okay. If you're thinking about not getting it, then you need to plan that based on that October 1st deadline. So let's move on to further updates from USCIS, specifically from the Ombudsman's office. For those of you that don't know, the Ombudsman's office is in charge of helping you with case assistance. If your case is stuck, if you need more information, if something is not working with USCIS, you can use a form to inquire with the Ombudsman's office about your case. In the description of this video, I'm going to put a link to the form inquiry to the Ombudsman's office to make it easier for you to check on your case using that method. So currently, based on a recent report from the Ombudsman's office, there are about 3,500 case inquiries in the backlog, the people filing to check on their cases, and they're trying to go through the backlog every single day. Currently, there's been a lot of complaints about the USCIS customer support phone system. We've done a video before explaining how to use that system and how to contact them, but the problem is that it's virtually impossible to get a hold of a live person. And sometimes you need a live person to be able to schedule your appointment, to schedule an in-person appointment to get a green card stamp on your passport or emergency parole. So USCIS is going to work on improving that and creating a way to be able to speak to a live person, to be able to schedule those emergency appointments that you need an answer or service right away, instead of waiting for that callback that takes sometimes 7 days or longer, and by then that help is useless. Definitely working on improving that, and I will update you once we have more information about how they're going to utilize their new system, allowing people to actually get a live agent faster instead of just waiting for that callback. Remember, if your case is stuck and you don't have any answers from USCIS, you can use the Ombudsman's office to try to help you make an inquiry and even sometimes expedite your case. But one thing you have to remember is that you can't contact them if your case is not outside of normal processing. So what you have to do is monitor your case every single week to see if you're within processing times or outside. If you're outside of normal processing times, then you can contact the Ombudsman's office and initiate inquiry in your case and see what's happening, and hopefully they can help you. But remember, don't contact them if your case is not outside of normal processing times. It just adds to the delay, and they're not going to be able to help you at the end of the day. We've also previously done a video about how to expedite your case specifically with USCIS. Once again, we're going to link this video in the description here, so you'll be able to go back and reference to how exactly you make a regular expedited request with USCIS, what are the requirements, and if you meet those requirements, then I suggest you contact the Ombudsman's office and they're going to be able to help you further. So remember, first of all, you have to be outside of normal processing times for your case, and then after you tried the regular processing of expediting your case and it didn't work, you should try to contact the Ombudsman's office, and you'll see they're really helpful. They're trying their best to push those cases ahead. Specific cases that are problematic right now with USCIS is, for example, if you received a request for evidence on your green card case, whether it's employment or marriage, DACA case, whatever you received in the RFE, and you're calling the USCIS phone number because you haven't received the actual request for evidence, you just seen it on the online system. Usually when you call them, recently they've been giving false information to applicants. The USCIS officers on the phone directed applicants to go back to their My USCIS portal and try to download the request for evidence from there. What they didn't realize is that in most petition-based cases, the RFEs are not available online in your account. They have to come directly from USCIS. And so, once again, if that's your problem, if that's something that you've been encountering issues with that, you can also contact the Ombudsman's office, and they should be able to help you facilitate that, at least force USCIS to send you the request for evidence by mail, so you'll be able to have enough time to respond to that. So remember, a lot of clients have been frustrated. I've received a lot of comments as well about misinformation that is coming from the USCIS contact center. If this happens and you're outside of your processing times, you can contact the Ombudsman's office and they'll be able to help you resolve your issue and possibly even expedite your case. Also, there's been issues with the premium processing centers. There's a lot of people that file their cases using premium processing, but they're not getting answers from the premium processing unit, specifically the one in Texas. No email response, no phone call response. So we heard that the Ombudsman's office is trying to resolve that. And also, there's been a request from immigration to try to prioritize those I-539s. So when you file a petition for expediting your case, let's say it's a work visa, H-1B, or an O-1, or an E-visa, usually the expedite only works for the primary. You pay the premium processing fee from the primary applicant. But any of the dependents are stuck months and months to be able to get their statuses, the dependent status, approved. Well, that's not fair, because this way families are in a way being separated. There's been a proposal for USCIS to try to prioritize those I-539s, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen, because they said they don't have the resources to try to locate those individual family members and try to add them to the premium processing process. What may happen is that if they are going to finally add more premium processing options for tourist visa extensions, for change of status extensions, for dependent extensions, they're hoping it's going to happen very soon. Again, it's already been approved by Congress, so once that's going to happen, then a lot of these dependents are going to be able to get premium processing applications for their cases as well, and they're not going to be stuck waiting for the principal to be approved. So those are some of the things that are happening, and if you're experiencing that, know that this is just a big problem that USCIS is trying to resolve. Update about biometric reschedule. Since they closed the biometrics office in Virginia, it's not possible anymore to reschedule your biometrics by sending them the notice in writing. You have to call the USCIS contact center and they will send you an automatic reschedule within a couple of weeks. But we hope they're going to find a better system, because it's very stressful not knowing if they're going to reschedule. If they're not going to reschedule, they're going to follow up with the phone call. But for the moment, this is the only way you can do it. If you have a biometrics appointment and you can't make it, you have to call. You can mail that. If you mail that, nothing's going to happen. So it is a very important update, and hopefully you'll be able to benefit from that as well. And finally, we have seen an increase in interview waivers for employment-based cases, mostly those applications that are based on employer-sponsored cases, EB2s, EB3s. The only thing that they needed was a medical exam. As soon as you send the medical exam, those applicants were receiving their green cards by mail. Very few of our clients were also receiving interview waivers for K1s and marriages that were over 2 years. Those are also coming in. They're less than before, but it's still coming in. So remember, if you have a medical and you can submit it with your case, you may save yourself the hassle, and maybe your interview will also be waived. So these are the updates for this week with USCIS. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you're here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos, and also give us a big like so YouTube will be able to show this video to more people just like you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in our next video.